Hello everybody, welcome back to Yener's Cake Tips and thank you for joining me again. Today I will show you how to make a fairly realistical lattice work, which is a very useful thing that when we decorate cakes we can use that as a panels, etc. So we will use chocolate and it will be a very quick and effective method. And also we're going to produce our own scraper using a newly purchased window glass squeegee. So that has got a kind of like a rubber on the edge. We can easily cut into the gaps that what we're looking for. You can also use, of course, something larger than that, also this kind of thing. I've cut one before for some reason, but it doesn't help me because every gap is 3 millimeters, so I like to have a little bit more than that. Why is that? Because we are using chocolate, and then chocolate is just flattened when we're piping, so I like to have a little bit more distance in between lines. It will be much more realistic. When we look at the lattice work, has got characteristics. So actually, by the reality is the straight wooden stripes joined together into a kind of rack, and both sides is straight lines. So it is not just the chocolate piping crisscross and we can get the same effect. So what we're looking for is when we're looking from one side, all the lines are straight and flat and shiny. When you're looking from other side, exactly the same, also flat and shiny and straight. So I am aiming to make a lattice in about 3 millimeter thickness in chocolate, and after that 4 millimeter gap. After that 3 millimeter and 4 millimeter gap. Same thing will be continue like this, and over here also same. So as you see, that has got more gaps in between than the stripes itself, and that is not going to help me. I like to cut my own scraper only for that purpose, and I'll show you now how to do. I'm going to use just a little scissor and some blades, maybe just a pen knife also. Let's see. I place my ruler exactly on the first about 4 or 5 centimeter. You don't have to do it whole way. I just have to make it first. So we said 4 millimeter, 3 millimeter is the scraper, and then 4 millimeter gap. So I leave 3 millimeter here, and I just cut one little cut over here, like this, and I go 4 millimeter away, all right, like that, and I cut another 3. After that, I go another 4 millimeter. I can always move the ruler left and right to see what I'm doing, all right, 4 millimeter and 3 millimeter, 4 millimeter and 3 millimeter. I'll be back soon when I'm finished. Okay, all the cuttings are did. I left a little bit more, so to show you, I used the pen tip like a knife, very sharp edge. So I just remove the 3 millimeters ones out. So I just slit a little bit. I don't try to cut completely because I'm going to remove them with the plier, no problem. And just make sure that you're not damaging the larger ones, which is the scraping parts. All right. Then after that, just use the plier and then take it off. All right. Remove it. Okay. Here. There. It's easy. Just pull it off. Okay. We are done. Now we can already start worry about how we're going to scrape the chocolate in the right way. I like to produce panels about this size, which is about 17 by 17, because simply my scraper only can cater this direction this much. Okay, why is that? Because lattice work always is not straight like this, it is diagonal like that. So I have to produce panels actually square but diagonally joined together. All right, that's why I like to do it this size. All right. Now secondly, that if I don't bother with the scraper, if I take this over here, put it there, all right, and take a nice chocolate piping cone and pipe straight lines, which I cannot pipe as straight as this, all right. After that, let's settle it a bit. When I turn this way around and I pipe again over it, what will happen is the second line I'm piping, it just goes in between like this, because chocolate is liquid, it sank to the base, all right. So when I'm looking from here, it will look wavy. It doesn't look like the lattice. And when I turn around, and I see that lines in between little dots that the other side is touching down, all right? So it's not gonna be realistically correct. So that's the trick. I like to do this on the table, and then if I have to make, let's say 6 panels of lattice work, I have to do 6 first and place them on the flat pieces like this or on a tray, okay, and wait till set. And if you want to use the fridge, you put in the fridge to get set the first 6 lot, but don't wait too long, because if you keep too long in the fridge, the chocolate will curl up, which is not going to help you to have if it's not the first line is not straight, all right? So that's why I like to do, I don't have to do so many, I just want to make 2 together, and then one goes in the fridge and second one stay outside. I'll give about a couple of seconds in there, get set, take it out, and second one places on it. So they are moving all over the place. I cannot use that, because if I do like this, it's not going to be happen anything at all right? So I have to make this one first securely stick on the table. A little bit of spray, and then it goes here 1, and then here 2. You see that how much is sticking together, all right? And after that, you can use a dry towel. Make sure that it's really sticks, all right? So that doesn't go anywhere, all right? Clean the water. You don't have to put so much. I just took, I think, too much. Just a little bit scraping is already good. I'm scared that it moves around. Okay, so that's it. So then, what I do, I take my chocolate. It is a compound chocolate, about 40 degrees. It just melts inside this little warmer, right? I put 1 spoon here, 1 spoon here. All right, make sure that it's just like enough, right? And also a little here, a little bit here, a little bit there, all right? All right, now don't scare, just go for it, all right? Put this over here, like that. Make sure that you touching down nicely. That's it. You can scrape this one down if you like, by your hand. Just go this way, because I think I scraped too much here. That's it. That's better. Right, this one goes here. Like that. Goes in the fridge for just a few seconds. So I keep this in the fridge just to get a little bit of matte color, all right? It's ready. So this is hardened, this is still soft, all right? Just pick up this, like this. Be careful. All right, and then placing on it right away. You may have a bit of like uneven corners, but doesn't matter. You will have to cut anyway. I'll explain you later on. So that goes back in the fridge for a really perfect shine. So there was about 3 minutes in the fridge, so it just comes out like this. You can just remove that plastic from this side, perfect shine, and also remove from this side, also perfect shine. So this is exactly what I'm talking about. Over here, straight lines, over here, also straight lines. You can also use, of course, the wet towel here, like this, and then place it here. It will do the same thing. You don't need to have any kind of spray water or something. It will do the same thing. So I will do another what? Maybe just about 3 of them. And I'll talk to you about how to store it and what else you can do with that. So I just done another couple of sheets that is ready. You can store them in a box like this in between the cellophane sheets. You don't remove from the cellophane sheets, and you can take it out when you need it, one after another. All right. If you want to have a really perfect shine, as I said, you place them before you take them out of the plastic sheet from cellophane sheet. Put it in the fridge for a couple of minutes. It will have 100% shine. All right. And also, what else you can do with that? You can heat up a knife. It is quite warm now. I just heat it up with hot water, and then towel dry. And after that, you cut the size. So you can just use the hot knife, and then cut the size. If you have a project like a chapel or gazebo or something, you can just do them really, really nicely. All right. So you see that it cuts very easily. All right, like that. All right. And after that, and turn the other side. You can also cut very nice and clean. All right, like that. So it will have a really nice corners, if you like. Especially when you're doing something like a geometrical shape, you can use them. And if you want to cut something round, you can also heat up a ring and place it on it, and you can cut the round shape. All right. So when I remove all the sides from the whole square piece, what remains is nice and clean. So you can do actually any shape you wish. So that is it, guys, for this week tip from me. And if you like to see something else with that, most of the time when I do something out of chocolate, people asking me, can I do this one with the royal icing? Can I do this one with something else? And then if I do something out of sugar, they also ask, can I do this one out of chocolate? All right. So let me just tell you right away that I have a tutorial in yenesweek.com. I done the same technique with royal icing, but this is a bit of different ballgame because you cannot cut the royal icing one with knife. You have to make a special scraping template to do that. So you scrape to the size exactly, then you can remove those things and make all the panels. So, and also chocolate sets right away, royal icing doesn't. You need about, I would say at least 2 days, because the air circulation in between two cellophane sheets is not really happening so quickly. Thanks for your time spending with me today. I really appreciate it. Please like, share and subscribe to stay tuned with us. Until next week, bye for now.